Coming up, vacancy in Des Moines. A leader in the Iowa government steps down. And later, the university battles arch rival in a food drive competition.
Iowa prepares for the raging cyclones.
It's been a cooler start to the week, but things are looking to heat up soon.
All that and more
coming up right now on DITV.
Good morning from Iowa City. Today is Wednesday, September 4th, and I'm Hannah Lipsky.
And I'm AJ Reister.
And the third member of our team, Jordan Tovar, is live on the outside to tell us what weather to expect in the coming days.
Thanks, guys. Well, it's been absolutely gorgeous out these past couple days. Today is the start of a warming trend over the next couple days. Taking a live look out at the river terrace, it is a beautiful morning. Today we'll hit a high of 81 with sunny skies and low winds. And tonight's going to feel a little more fall-like, dipping to 55. Tomorrow is looking to be even warmer with temps reaching into the mid-80s with a chance of stray storms during the day. I'll be back later on for your extended forecast and a look at the weekend ahead. Back to you guys.
For our top story of the day, Lieutenant Governor of Iowa Adam Gregg is resigning. DITV reporter Marshawn Gunn is live in the newsroom with next steps for the state.
Yeah, Hannah, Governor Kim Reynolds announced Tuesday afternoon that Lieutenant Governor Adam Gregg has resigned. In a statement to the press, Governor Reynolds said, quote, "Adam has been a tremendous partner and an important part of my team over the last 7 years, and I greatly appreciate his service to Iowans." Gregg was appointed by Reynolds when she first became the governor in 2017. Gregg stated that, quote, "he feels his time in the public service must come to a close. This season of my life needs to be focused on my family." Gregg will immediately be taking his position as new president and CEO of the Iowa Bankers Association. According to Iowa law, Reynolds has the power to appoint a new lieutenant governor to fill the position for the remainder of the term. Back to you, Hannah.
The Iowa City Council voted to approve the first consideration to reduce hourly metered parking rates in downtown Iowa City Tuesday evening. In May, the City Council voted to increase hourly metered parking to $3 in the Central Business District, despite pushback from businesses and residents. The new ordinance would reduce the price from $3 an hour to $2.25 an hour. Members of the Iowa City Downtown District expressed support for the ordinance being passed.
From our businesses, our partners, community members, and visitors on this issue, and we really think that this further will enhance downtown Iowa City in making it more welcoming and accessible for both residents and visitors. One of these ramps, yes, but it doesn't.
The city is predicting that this change will result in a $300,000 loss in revenue to the parking fund. Members of the downtown district hope the city council will find a way to ease the losses while lowering the parking rates. The Iowa Department of Corrections has detected Mpox at the Fort Dodge Correctional Facility. According to the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, Mpox, formerly known as monkeypox, is a viral infection that primarily spreads from skin-to-skin contact, and the infection can spread between humans and animals. The corrections facility is working with Iowa Health and Human Services to respond to the cases. The Iowa Department of Corrections did not say how many people have been infected or if the infected people are inmates or staff. A former University of Iowa student appeared in court for the first time. DITV Assistant News Director Jace Bertrand continues his coverage of the trial.
I'm here at the Johnson County Courthouse where in 1 week, former University of Iowa student Ali Yunez will be standing trial for attempted murder. On Tuesday, Yunez appeared in court for the first time since his surrender to University of Iowa police after fleeing to the nation of Jordan. Because of his escape, Yunez was charged with an additional crime of escape of a felon, along with the original charges of attempted murder, first-degree theft, and first-degree robbery. Yunez's bond was set at $600,000. If he posts bail, he'll be required to surrender his passport and be electronically monitored. Yunez's next court appearance is set for September 13th, where he'll be represented by a public defender. From the Johnson County Courthouse, Chase Bertrand, DITV.
A Georgia man charged with second-degree murder for a 2017 cold case is pleading not guilty. James Barchmarsky allegedly killed a 15-year-old Jade Colvin on March 30th, 2017 in Decorah, Iowa. Investigators determined she had been in an online relationship with Barchmarsky about 20 days before staying at his home. Colvin was reported missing to the Des Moines Police Department June 10, 2016. The two-year investigation spanned several states and involved multiple agencies. Iowa City will be getting 6 new electronic CAN bus vehicles in the next 2 years. The university received a $16.4 million grant from the Federal Transit Administration in July. The goal of the grant is to fund more eco-friendly public transportation in Iowa City and other improvements in the CAN bus system. The current proposed plan also involves expanding the CAN bus facility garage and is expected to begin in the summer of 2025. A stretch of Market Street will be closed starting on Wednesday, September 4th. The road will be impacted between Clapp Street and Evans Street. The closure is part of the 2024 Water Pavement Patching Project. The project involves fixing a water main break on various Iowa City streets. A detour route will be published and access to residents will remain available. The road is expected to reopen by Monday, September 9th. The university has put a twist on a feud to benefit underprivileged students. DITV's Colin Carithers took a bite out of the 10-day long food drive.
Iowa State, 2 schools with a bitter rivalry. But when it comes to helping their community, they find a way to put that rivalry to good. With the impending Cy-Hawk game on Saturday, the Rival Against Hunger food drive was formulated to celebrate the competition, as well as use it as a means to give back. Iowa and Iowa State both hold their own food drives for their respective food pantries, battling for the most items. While it's always fun to win, there's more than just defeating the Cyclones to incentivize donators.
One of the greatest markers for success for me is that we're growing the number of items that we're collecting every year. And each year we're seeing more and more people who are interested in donating individually, but then also forming teams.
Getting more accessible items is a huge factor for the food drive, especially with more use of the food pantry.
We've seen huge growth, so we've seen a 53% increase from when we're upstairs in a kind of a back location to more front and center. We saw a 144% increase amongst undergrad students.
Even though the food drive helps UI students in need, it also benefits the organizations that participate and compete against one another.
Really, it builds community, and so food drives, like everybody, a lot of people want to be a part of the pantry. It's just one, it helps so many people. Our vibe in here is pretty chill, like people love just stopping by, so I think it allows them to be part of it, because what I've learned in this role is like people want to help, it's just giving them pathways to do it, and so food drives are just one of those ways.
Now the food drive will run from September 3rd through the 13th, with winners between the organizations and the 2 schools being announced on September 17th. From the Iowa Memorial Union, Colin Carithers, DITV.
And now we're going to send it back outside to Jordan for the forecast for the week ahead.
Thanks, guys. Right now we're sitting at a pretty 60 degrees, but as I mentioned earlier, we're in a bit of a mini warming trend over the next couple days. Now, when I say mini, I'm really putting the emphasis on mini, but that's just for now at least. Taking a live look at the Pentacrest, temps will drop back down again soon as Friday is going to start cooling things down into the mid-70s. For the Cy-Hawk football game on Saturday, it's going to be an absolute beauty in Iowa City. Temps are going to edge just below the 70s, sitting at a sweet 69 degrees. That'll be as cool as it gets, though, as Mother Nature starts to turn up the heat on Sunday. Sunday sees things begin to gradually climb, bumping to 75, and this will continue into midweek when temps start to stagnate in the mid-80s. Tune back into DITV again on Friday, where we'll have your extended forecast for game day for the football game between the Hawkeyes and the Cyclones. Back to you.
Thanks, Jordan. Now, AJ, I've been walking around downtown and I've already seen so many banners for Hate Week.
Hate Week is alive and well, Hannah, as it is every year during this time of year, but that also comes with a lot of pressure for the players. But DITV's Kyle Prunzinski has more on what this game means to fans and the players with the big game this weekend.
In-state rival Iowa State this Saturday. The game is always one of the most anticipated games of the year, as both the fans and the players bring the energy.
The talk of the state's on the line here. We understand how important the game is to us, how important it is to the state.
The game means a lot from the fans' perspective for bragging rights, but also from the players as they get a chance to speak about how much this rivalry means to them.
Being from Iowa, how much this game means, it's a trophy game and it's always super fun. It's a 4-quarter game and, I'm super pumped for it.
Despite the noise and hype going around campus, their focus remains unwavering, determined to execute on the field and secure a victory.
You just know when it's a rivalry game that, everything's heightened a little bit, but you just want to keep the main focus on yourself and on your team and handle that in the preparation throughout the week.
Quarterback Cade McNamara has been showered in support of being healthy again as he looks to give another all-out performance for the Cy-Hawk game.
Well, I know she definitely wants me to shout her out as my Nana. She's the best Nana in the world. I'd tell her I'd say that at one point in my life. But everyone, really in terms of like my family and even people from back home, from Reno, Nevada. I haven't been there in so long, but to hear that, they still support me a lot means a lot to me.
Cade McNamara is hoping to gather more support from his Nana after this weekend's games. From the University of Iowa, I'm Kyle Pronzinski, DITV.
The Hawkeyes enter this weekend's game as the 21st ranked team in the nation. And in last week's win, the Hawkeyes were without wide receiver Seth Anderson, and this week will miss him again. The last week's breakout performer Reese Vanderzee moved up to a starting spot in the wide receiver room. Caleb Johnson is also getting moved up in the depth
just watching
chart.
on TV, it looked like he really performed well the other day, and I'm out on the sideline seeing him and all those things, but he just seemed to handle things in stride, so it's not too big for him, and he certainly likes to compete, and it was good to see him go up with his hands and catch balls and make some plays for us.
Kirk Ferentz, of course, also wasn't at the game, but great words for Reese Vanderzee. But running back Caleb Johnson also got moved up in the depth chart after running for 119 yards and 2 touchdowns last weekend. He is now listed as the running back 1 along with Kamari Moulton. And as they continue their strong start to their season, the Iowa women's soccer team is rewarded with a new ranking. After their shutout victories against Florida Gulf Coast and Wake Forest, the Hawkeyes are now ranked 22nd in this week's U.S. Soccer Coaches Poll. Freshman Barrett Barton and grad student Macy Enneking both earned Big Ten honors, the first few of the season for the Hawkeyes. Barton earned Big Ten Freshman of the Week with her 2 big goals last Sunday as she leads the team in overall points. And grad student Macy Enneking made Hawkeye history not once, but twice by earning Big Ten Goalkeeper of the Week. Enneking is the first Hawkeye to earn the honor 2 weeks in a row, while also being the first to win it 3 times in her career. Over the weekend, Enneking did not allow a single goal as she continues her 3-game shutout streak. Iowa will be back in action on Sunday when they host the Baylor Bears for senior night at 5 p.m. on Big Ten Plus. And week 1 of the NFL season means 4 former Hawkeye rookies will suit up for their first game in the league. Cooper DeJean will open the season in Brazil on Friday for the Eagles. The rookie cornerback is set to be the backup defensive back behind Quinion Mitchell in the game against the Packers. Torrey Taylor will be the Bears' starting punter and holder in their game against the Titans. Defensive end Logan Lee will be the 3rd stringer for the Steelers game in Atlanta against the Falcons. And Eric All will start the season as the 4th-string tight end for Joe Burrow in the Cincinnati Bengals. These 4 are the newest Hawkeyes in the league, joining the other 26 former players that made their respective teams' 53-man rosters. Joe Evans earned a spot on the Baltimore Ravens practice squad, and he will vie for a spot on the roster later this season. And the Hawkeyes claimed a world title just last Saturday. In Lima, Peru, University of Iowa freshman Bryce Rulin took home the Under-20 World Championship for discus. The Hawkeyes set a new personal record of 62.59 meters in the finals to help take home the gold medal. And Rulin's exceptional throw was not only the strongest of any U20 competitor, but the 6th furthest throw in the world this year.
Thank you for joining us online or listening to KRUI 89.7 FM.
We are here live from Iowa City every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday at 8:30 and online anytime at thedailyiowan.com.
For Jordan Tovar, AJ Reister, I'm Hannah Lipsky. We'll see you again Friday morning right here on DITV.